The fated bond that claims you as property is actually the only language honest enough to dismantle the hierarchy that dehumanizes you, and true sovereignty requires not rejecting the mate, but rewriting the terms until possession becomes partnership. In Her Wolf, Sapir A. Englard delivers a paranormal shifter romance that transforms the alpha mate trope into a searing exploration of female agency within biological determinism, proving that in packs where instinct is law, liberation isn't found in escaping your nature, it's forged in the radical act of choosing how to embody it. This isn't merely another wolf shifter tale with heat cycles and dominance displays. It's a psychologically precise narrative where every growl feels like both threat and invitation. Consent is negotiated through somatic attunement rather than assumed submission, and love means honoring your autonomy when tradition demands compliance. From the first pine and musk narration, listeners are immersed in a world where scent is syntax and presence is the only true vow. Perfect for fans of emotionally complex shifter fiction and stories where female power thrives within constraint, this audiobook serves up atmospheric intensity, relentless emotional honesty, and protagonists whose journey from marked omega to sovereign partner resonates with anyone who's ever been told their body was a vessel for someone else's legacy. When scholar Elara Vance is presented to Alpha Kalen Thorne as his fated mate during the Moonfire ceremony, she expects ritualized erasure, not to discover his quiet intensity mirrors the suppressed intellect she spent years hiding beneath performative compliance, and his refusal to enforce dominance creates space for a bond that defies pack hierarchy. But as they navigate territorial politics and buried attractions, Elara realizes this claiming isn't about surrender, it's about recalibration. Englard masterfully avoids reducing Elara to passive mate or Kalen to tyrannical alpha. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical reciprocity within biological constraint, where trust is earned through honoring boundaries even as pheromones blur them, and intimacy emerges from seeing each other beyond roles. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional alchemy, capturing Elara's disciplined restraint softening into fierce clarity, and Kalen's guarded authority revealing tenderness beneath stoic vigilance. You don't just hear their bond deepen, you feel the seismic shift of two souls learning that some claims can only be honored when you stop demanding they define you. What elevates Her Wolf beyond typical shifter fare is its nuanced portrayal of biological determinism as collaborative governance rather than romantic erasure. Elara isn't merely surviving captivity, she's confronting how pack culture taught her to equate worth with fertility, challenging the notion that strength requires suppression of self. Kalen doesn't break her through dominance, he creates sanctuary where her mind can lead without diminishment, honoring her autonomy even as his own instincts roar. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences during heat cycles that bypass performance, establishing protocols that protect both biological integrity and emotional safety, and defending each other from traditionalists who mistake evolution for betrayal. Supporting characters add vital texture, betas whose loyalty encodes suppressed grief, omegas whose resilience carries intergenerational weight, even the forest itself, rendered as living archive whose roots absorb centuries of unspoken bargains. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In systems built on biology, tenderness is technique, and presence is the only true heirloom. Even the shifter mechanics serve thematic depth, with scent marking mirroring emotional attunement and mating bonds becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory descent into primal intimacy. The narrator embodies Elara and Kalen with remarkable distinction. Elara's voice carries steel wrapped in dawning softness, while Kalen's low timbre trembles with suppressed devotion beneath disciplined cadence, making their chemistry palpable even during conflict. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming immersion. Distant wolf howls marking temporal rhythm, rain against den walls during vulnerable confessions, the hushed rustle of fur scinting with breath during quiet exchanges, all anchor mythic stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the cadence of lunar cycles, deliberate during reflection and foundational bonding, then surging with urgency as external threats collide with internal awakenings. Whether you're commuting through human landscapes or sitting in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable sanctuary where slowness feels sacred and embodiment feels lifeline. It's storytelling as somatic validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that honors both instinct and intellect. Ultimately, Her Wolf redefines shifter romance by centering female epistemology within biological frameworks. It satisfies genre cravings for intense chemistry and high-stakes tension while delivering substantive commentary on bodily autonomy, masculine vulnerability, and the radical act of building partnerships based on mutual recognition rather than domination. As Book 1 in the Wolves of Montrevere series, it establishes a foundation of emotional authenticity that promises depth throughout the saga, yet stands confidently as a complete emotional odyssey. If you've ever wondered whether love can coexist with liberation, or if true strength requires embracing what others fear, this audiobook will affirm that sometimes the most powerful act is simply choosing to be claimed on your own terms. Press play, answer the call, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by instinct, hearts still find ways to reign. Your next favorite shifter romance isn't waiting in flawless submission, it's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to rewrite the bond.